You'll always be my second choice, but at least you're loyal, she said like it was nothing, so I quietly walked away. A year later, her first choice ghosted her, and she's been texting me ever since, begging to be my second again. Hey viewers, before we move on to the video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you want to see more stories like this. Thanks. Hey everyone, I've been lurking on this sub for a while, reading stories that hit way too close to home. Figured it was time to share mine. This all went down about a year ago, but the fallout is still echoing in my inbox. I'm Alex, 28 at the time, a graphic designer in a mid-sized city. I'd been with Emily for 3 years, thought we were building something real. I was the loyal type, the guy who shows up. Supported her through her marketing job ups and downs, even put my freelance side gigs on hold to help her nail presentations and network. Looking back, I gave a lot. But apparently, that made me the backup plan. It started subtly. Emily began pulling away maybe 6 months before the end. She'd scroll social media endlessly, liking posts from this guy Jake, her old college flame who'd popped back into her orbit. He'd comment on her stories with flirty emojis, and she'd laugh it off when I'd mention it. It's nothing, Alex. You're being paranoid. But I wasn't. I'd catch glimpses of their messages, nothing explicit at first, just emotional stuff. Him venting about his adventurous life, her complaining about how routine ours felt. I felt this pit in my stomach, like I was competing with a ghost. Flashback to one night that sticks with me. I'd stayed up until 2 a.m. redesigning her pitch deck for a big client meeting. She was stressed, so I brewed coffee, listened to her practice. The next day, she aced it and got a promotion. To celebrate, I suggested a weekend getaway. She brushed it off. Too busy, maybe next month. Turns out, she spent that weekend catching up with Jake over drinks. I didn't know then, but it was the start of her treating me like an afterthought. She'd post vague stories online, like quotes about not settling for comfort when passion calls. It stung, but I chalked it up to work stress. I loved her, so I doubled down, cooked dinners, planned dates. In return, distance, comparisons. Jake's starting his own startup. It's so inspiring. You're happy with your steady job, huh? Yeah, I was. Because it let me be there for her. The confusion built slowly. Why was I pouring everything in while she eyed the exit? I'd lie awake wondering if I was enough. It felt unfair, like I'd sacrificed my own ambitions to lift her up, only to be sidelined. But I didn't confront her dramatically. That's not me. I waited, hoping it'd pass. Until it didn't. One evening, we were at our apartment, takeout on the coffee table. She was on her phone, giggling at something. I asked what was up casually. That's when she hit me with it, like it was no big deal. Alex, we need to talk, she said, setting her phone down, but not looking at me fully. Sure, what's going on? I replied, trying to keep my voice steady. My heart was already racing. She sighed, like this was an inconvenience. Look, you're great. Really. You'll always be my second choice, but at least you're loyal. That's something, right? I blinked, processing. Second choice? To who? Jake, she said flatly, as if it was obvious. We've been talking more. He gets my energy, the excitement, the drive. With you, it's comfortable, safe. But I need more than that. I deserve passion, not just reliability. Her words landed like a gut punch. I sat there, fork midway to my mouth. So all this time I've been what? A placeholder? She shrugged, smirking a little. Not exactly. You're solid. But Jake challenges me. Makes me feel alive. You've been there for me, and I appreciate that. But let's be real. I'm evolving, and you're staying the same. I felt the anger bubble, but I swallowed it. No yelling, no pleading. Evolving how? By flirting behind my back. Oh, come on. She rolled her eyes. It's not cheating if it's just emotional. We're adults. You should understand, I need this. You're too predictable for where I'm headed. Predictable. Loyal. Second choice. It echoed in my head, infuriating. I'd rearranged my life for her, and this was the thanks? But I didn't lash out. I just nodded slowly. Okay, Emily. If that's how you feel. She looked surprised, like she expected a fight. That's it. No trying to change my mind. What's there to change? You've made your choice clear. The next day, it escalated into the full breakup. She came home from work, bags already half-packed, like she'd planned this. We sat on the couch, and she laid it all out, smug as ever. Alex, I'm moving in with Jake next week, she announced, crossing her arms. This isn't sudden. I've been unhappy for months. Unhappy? You never said a word. I pointed out, keeping my tone even. Because I knew you'd overreact, she snapped. Look, it's not you. It's me needing more. Jake's ambitious. He's got plans. You're content with graphic design gigs and Netflix nights. I want adventure, not routine. So you're justifying this by saying I'm boring? I asked, not accusing, just clarifying. She laughed, actually laughed. Not boring, just safe. Reliable. But reliability isn't enough anymore. I tried to make it work, but Jake showed me what's missing. Passion. Excitement. You were my safety net, but now I'm ready to fly without it. Safety net, I repeated quietly. The hypocrisy burned. She'd leaned on me for everything. Emotional support, financial stability when her job wobbled. Flashback. Last year, she lost a big account and spiraled. I was the one holding her together, skipping my own deadlines to be there. Now, that made me disposable? Exactly, she continued, twisting the knife. You should be happy for me. This is growth. And hey, you'll find someone who appreciates your loyalty. Maybe someone simpler. Her logic was warped, framing her betrayal as self-improvement, dismissing my sacrifices like they were nothing. I wanted to call her out, but what was the point? She was already gone mentally. Fine, I said finally. I'll handle the lease transfer. You can take what you need. She blinked. You're not going to fight for us? Why fight for someone who's already chosen someone else? She huffed, grabbing more stuff. Whatever. You're making this easy. Thanks for that, at least. I watched her leave that night, door clicking shut. The apartment felt empty, but so did I. Sat there for hours, replaying it. The unfairness hit hard. Years invested, only to be labeled second choice. Confusion swirled. Was I really that inadequate? But deep down, I knew it was her, not me. Still, it hurt. I didn't sleep much that week, just stared at the ceiling, letting the silence sink in. The days blurred. Friends checked in, but I kept it brief. We're done. No details. I needed time to process the betrayal's weight. It wasn't just the cheating, it was the casual cruelty, like my loyalty was a joke. I felt discarded, undervalued. But I didn't beg or chase. Instead, I started detaching. Packed her remaining things, shipped them to her new address. Changed the locks. Unfollowed her online, but didn't block, yet. Focused on the basics. Work, eat, sleep. The emotional fog lingered, though. Why me? What did I miss? It took weeks to shake the vulnerability, to stop questioning my worth. Eventually, I hit a turning point. Signed up for a gym membership I'd been putting off. Picked up freelance projects I'd sidelined for her. Landed a promotion at work, better pay, remote flexibility. Moved to a smaller place across town, fresh start. Therapy helped too, though I didn't go full sessions, just journaled, reflected. My internal voice shifted. From, why wasn't I enough, to, I was more than enough. She just couldn't see it. The silence became empowering. No updates from her world. I vanished from hers. Mutual friends mentioned she seemed happy, at first, posting pics with Jake. I didn't care, or tried not to. Months passed. I rebuilt. Traveled solo to a nearby national park, something she'd always vetoed as too basic. Met new people through work events. Dated casually, but nothing serious yet. The betrayal's sting faded, replaced by clarity. I was free. No more walking on eggshells. No more being the reliable fallback. Life felt lighter. And then, about 8 months in, the text started. But that's for later. This is just the beginning of how karma circled back. Update. Karma's a patient player. About 8 months after Emily left, I started hearing whispers from mutual friends. Nothing direct at first, just vague comments like, have you talked to Emily lately? I hadn't. I'd built walls around that part of my life. But curiosity got me, and I pieced it together from what they shared, without prying too deep. Turns out, her first choice, romance with Jake, imploded spectacularly. At first, it looked picture-perfect on social media, trips to trendy spots, captions about living my best life. She even posted a story shading our old routine, finally free from the mundane. But behind the filters, Jake was a mess. He wasn't the ambitious entrepreneur she hyped. He was flaky, bouncing between gigs, and using her as a crutch. She'd fronted money for his startup ideas, covered rent when he forgot his wallet. Emotional stuff too. He'd ghost for days, then reel her back with grand promises. Then, poof, he vanished for good. Blocked her everywhere. Left her with shared bills and a lease in his name that she couldn't afford alone. She tried tracking him down, but he'd moved states without a word. Classic user. Her job suffered. She'd been distracted, missing deadlines, and got let go during a round of layoffs. Friends who initially cheered her upgrade started distancing themselves when the truth leaked. Leaked texts showed her bad-mouthing me to justify the jump, but now it backfired. Emily's going through a rough patch. One friend told me neutrally. Rough patch. Try full unraveling. She was broke, crashing on couches, posting desperate job pleas online. Isolated, too. Her smug attitude alienated people who'd seen how she treated me. I didn't gloat. Didn't even follow her profiles anymore. But hearing it, it felt like quiet justice. Not because I wanted her to suffer, but because the universe balanced the scales. She'd discarded me like yesterday's news, and now she was the one feeling irrelevant. The irony was thick. She'd chased passion and ended up with regret. Me? I was thriving. New apartment, steady freelance clients stacking up, even started a side hustle designing logos for small businesses. Life was good, uncomplicated. The betrayal that once gutted me now felt like a distant lesson. But Emily? She wasn't done. The attempt started small, then snowballed. Update 2. The desperation dial-up. The first text came on a random Tuesday, 9 months post-breakup. I was at my desk, wrapping a project, when my phone buzzed. Unknown number, but I knew. Hey Alex, it's Emily. Been thinking about us. Can we chat? Miss our talks. I stared at it. Miss our talks? The ones where she called me second best? I didn't respond right away. Part of me wanted to ignore it forever, but curiosity, or maybe closure, won. A day later, I texted back briefly. What's up? Her reply flooded in. I've been such an idiot. Jake was a mistake. He ghosted me out of nowhere. Left me with nothing. You're the only one who's ever been real with me. Can we meet? Coffee. There it was, the pivot. No apology, just framing it like her bad choice was the issue, not how she treated me. I kept it short. Not sure that's a good idea. But she persisted. Call started. Voicemails. Alex, pick up. I need to explain. Then her sister got involved. Toxic as ever. I'd met her a few times. She was the type to enable Emily's worst impulses. One evening, my phone rang from a new number. Alex? This is Sarah, Emily's sister. You need to talk to her. She's a mess because of you. Because of me? I said calmly, though irritation flickered. Yeah, you walked away without fighting. Now she's alone, broke. Jake screwed her over, but you're the stable one. She realizes that now. Come on, give her a chance. Family sticks together, or at least, loyal people do. The hypocrisy, using loyal like a weapon, after Emily mocked it. Her sister rambled on, unpleasant and pushy. Don't be petty. She deserves closure. You owe her that much after 3 years. I don't owe anyone my peace. I replied firmly. Tell her I'm good. She hung up huffing, but it lit a fire. Emily's texts escalated. Why are you ignoring me? I was wrong, okay? You're better than Jake. Let's start over. A week later, she showed up at a coffee shop I frequented, must have asked around. I was there working, laptop open. She slid into the seat across, eyes red-rimmed, makeup smudged. Alex, please, she started, voice shaky. I can't do this alone. Jake used me, took my money, then disappeared. I'm sleeping on friends' couches, job hunting sucks. Remember how you always had my back? I need that now. I closed my laptop, meeting her gaze evenly. No sympathy stirring. Emily, that chapter's closed. But I was confused, she pressed, desperation rising. I thought Jake was passion, but it was fake. You're real. Loyal. I see that now. Forgive me? We can be better. Her logic twisted again, admitting the mistake but expecting me to fix it. Tears welled. You were my safety net. I get it now. Please be my second chance. Second chance. I echoed calm. You made me your second choice. Now you're asking to be mine. She flushed, anger flashing through the pleas. Don't throw that in my face. I was evolving, okay? But life kicked me down. You're heartless if you turn me away. After everything I did for us. Everything she did? The entitlement boiled over. You mean discarding me? Yeah, thanks for that. She slammed her hand on the table lightly. Fine, be that way. You'll regret it when I'm back on my feet without you. I stood, gathering my things. Doubt it. Take care. She stormed out, but the messages didn't stop. They turned angrier. You're enjoying this, aren't you? Mr. Perfect now. Screw you. Her friends piled on via group chats. Unpleasant defenses like, she's changed. Give her a break. But truth spread. Mutuals saw her true colors and backed off her. The power had flipped. She was unraveling. I was solid. Final update. The wedding wake-up call. A year after the split, our mutual friend Mike's wedding rolled around. I'd RSVP'd yes, figuring she'd skip it. Too awkward. Wrong. She showed, dressed up but looking worn. I was there with Sarah, not her sister, but a new woman I'd met through work. Kind, driven, no games. We were hitting it off, nothing rushed. Emily spotted us during cocktail hour. Approached hesitantly at first, then bold. Alex, she said, voice low but urgent. Sarah stepped aside politely, sensing the vibe. What are you doing here? I asked neutrally. I had to see you. Texts aren't working. Look, I'm sorry for everything. Jake was trash. I'm a mess without you. Begging now, take me back. I'll be whatever you need. Your first choice, even your second, anything. Her eyes darted to Sarah, jealousy flashing. Who's she? Some rebound. Sarah raised a brow but stayed quiet. The guests nearby shifted uncomfortably. Public display at its finest. Emily's desperation was on full view. Fidgeting, voice cracking. Please, Alex. I realize what I lost. You're thriving. I see it. Let me in again. I paused, letting the moment hang. No anger, no pity. Just facts. Emily, you're not even a thought in my day anymore. That betrayal? It pushed me to build this. Better job, real connections, peace. You're irrelevant to it all. I've moved on completely. You should too. But I love you, she blurted, tears streaming. We had something real. Had? I corrected firmly. Past tense. Goodbye. She stood frozen as I walked away with Sarah. Whispers followed, friends murmuring about her downfall, my composure. Later, she tried one last text. You'll never find better. I blocked her, family included. No more echoes. Looking back, that final rejection sealed it. She's a footnote in my story now, powerless. I'm free, upgraded, and yeah, happy. If you're reading this, Emily, keep evolving. Without me. Thanks for letting me vent, Reddit. Feels good to close the book. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. What do you think about this story? Share it in the comments.